Hi Scorpio, welcome to your horoscope. Scorpio, today we're going to talk about the long term growth perspective. What is the source of growth of your next 20 years? Because what's happening in the month of February is that the part of your chart that is getting highlighted is where Saturn will move from 21st of March 2020, and then Jupiter will join Saturn on 21st of December 2020, initiating a new 20-year cycle. This 20-year cycle is the one of most effect to us on a material basis, because when Saturn and Jupiter come together, which happens once in 20 years, they sow the seeds of how our material growth, how what is the structure of our material world, how would it look like, what kind of growth we would attain in the coming years. Jupiter is expansion, Saturn is structure. What is the structure of our expansion? What direction we should go to? What steps we should take in order to grow in a gainful fashion over the course of next 20 years? That is established over the course of this year, starting from February. And this is a very critical development for you, because the axis that is getting activated in the month of February is a very critical axis for you. It is the axis of your home and family life and your external life, the balance between your external persona and your home and family. At the start of this month, there are a lot of interactions which might be happening with your home and family, and you might have experienced that from end of January itself. A lot of interaction, a lot of energy being spent when it comes to your home, when it comes to your family, more time with the family, bonding, figuring out, opening up about your feelings, looking at your feelings objectively to see where you're satisfied, where you're not satisfied. Strong support. If you're feeling sort of vulnerable at this time, you might be seeking support at this time of family and friends. You would be sort of looking at creating a safety net for yourself. You would be looking at how safe I am in the environment that I'm currently operating in. You might be seeking safety at this point in time, sort of a comfort zone within your home, or going back to your roots, going back to your foundations, going back to setting up ground rules for future. So you want to create a foundation on which you can build a future, and that is what would define the success going forward. Let's look at it in a deeper fashion. What will happen from 21st of March is that Saturn will enter Aquarius. Aquarius is your fourth house. So when Saturn enters your house of home, family and foundations, which is a very critical period of growth for a sign. This is a critical axis because home, family and career are critical points in your chart. These are the charts where important decisions are taken. This is the point when important decisions about our life are taken, which direction I would take when it comes to my career, which place we will be living, what will be the equation of me with my family as and when where I stay, what makes me feel comfortable, what place of living makes me feel comfortable, what kind of family life makes me feel comfortable, how do I balance my career ambition with my family life. So those important decisions are taken when these axes are activated. In March, starting from 21st of March, when Saturn enters your fourth house, this is a critical period of emotional growth. This is a period that comes once in 30 years. It is a chapter that initiates a change in how we are in a personal life. This is a phase when you would require the strength to let go of old emotional issues that are holding you back, and they will have material impact on your gainfulness, on your external persona, on your career progression, on your contribution to the world. There would be a strength, inner strength, that is created when Saturn moves here to let go of emotional issues that have been holding your potential back. We are given a self discipline to redefine who we are as a person, who we are in terms of our foundations of our life. We rebuild the foundations of our life from 31st of March, from 21st of March to about 1st of July. Briefly, Saturn will come and give you an initial flavor of what will change in your personal life for you to reach the next level of growth. And some inkling would already be there in your mind because you've just had a new moon here as well. So, new ideas are flowing. You might have gone back to your foundations to review what's working, what's not working in your personal life, in your home life, in your family life, in your connection with the people in your life, in your feeling of security in your life, in your long term goals. Where am I not feeling secure? Where am I not feeling that the ground beneath my feet is firm? That is questioned. And then Saturn enters this very area of your life from 21st of March on the day of summer solstice, and it begins a new cycle. It begins a new cycle of restructuring your foundations to make them firm so you feel secure in your skin. So you acquire the skills needed to design this new life that you're about to create. Because when Scorpio, when a cycle like that begins, when Saturn Jupiter will be conjunct end of this year, 21st of December, on winter solstice in your foundation, the very structure on which your life is built, it gets shifted. We are brought in a very different material reality. But Saturn and Jupiter conjunction is a beneficial conjunction. It is a conjunction of abundance. It is a conjunction of long term prosperity, long term fruitfulness of our skill set. So, for this new cycle to begin, before that happens, there will be certain weeds we'll have to give up, certain things we'll have to give up, certain critical ways of behaving that we'll have to pick up, certain emotional foundational issues that we'll have to address. And this has to do with your past. This has to do with your relationships. This has to do with you feeling comfortable in your skin. This has to do with the legacy that you're carrying with you, probably from childhood, in terms of certain emotional habits, a way of being in your relationships. This is a critical time of development because the foundation of your life is about to change. This is a house of ending of an old emotional pattern. So the past will come up, and you might be facing a little bit of it right now. Dependencies from the past, your emotional patterns from the past, they would be coming up. In After I explain this fully, I'll come to how that will impact your career. How would that impact your professional life? Because it has direct relationship to your professional output. You would be looking at certain emotional tests from the past that you've gone through because there is a breaking away required from past. It could be some person who was in your life, or it would be the way you are in your partnerships with your parents, with your as a family person, how you are, what kind of responsibilities you take, what kind of stability you feel in your house, what is your place of living, is it serving you well? Saturn will be here from 21st of March, but Jupiter will enter here from 21st of December. Jupiter coming in this house expands this house. Imagine if a huge tall building is to be created. For a huge tall building to be created, first a structure is laid down and then it is created in a big fashion. Jupiter expands your foundation, it expands your capacity to do things, it expands your confidence, it expands your well being, the feeling of well being, this feeling in the gut that I am going beyond my past. I am going beyond my upbringing. I'll be doing more than I have ever done before. I'll be going out of my comfort zone to build something material. And this is critical access for you. This is when life changing moments happen. This is when the direction of life shifts. Saturn and Jupiter together in your foundation shifts you, disassociates you from the past, and moves you into a different phase of future. The residential move, where you have been living so far, the things that used to give you comfort, the people who you used to be associated with. Maybe there are relationships that are holding you back. They either evolve out of your life or they evolve into a different format. Your place of living. Are you too, are you in a place which is not letting you grow? Are you in a country that is not letting you grow? A country of probably your birth, maybe that is not letting you expand to the level. Are you holding on to something which has long been dead and it's not letting you move fast? And it could be actual death of a person, actual end of a relationship, actual responsibility in your mind that is not letting you go forward. There is a breaking away from your foundation here. There's a cutting away from the foundation and building a bigger reservoir of confidence, bigger reservoir of emotional capacity as you are about to move into a phase of much more responsibility, both in your personal and in your professional life. This is where you become more prosperous. Your productivity increases both in your professional and in your personal life. Now, in order to contain that, you are being asked the questions which are honest this month about what makes you comfortable, what is working, what is not working in your family life. What is, you have to be truthful and honest and almost detached from the situation to analyze it clearly here. What is not giving you security and comfort? What in your foundation is currently not giving you the ability to be you? What is not letting your full personality come out? And from that comes this awareness of what's over, shows you what's ahead. So look at this objectively this month. Give yourself the opportunity to look at this in full truthfulness. What's happening from 9th of February is that we have a full moon in the opposite house, in your house of career. That brings your career into focus within February itself. This is happening at 20 degree of Leo. So if you have planets around 20 degree of Scorpio, which is if you're born around 13th of November, it will bring a chapter of your career, a chapter of your external life, a chapter of your leadership style to focus. There is a completion of a cycle that happens when we have a full moon. And this is a critical full moon for you. For all of you, your career positioning, your positioning at work will come into focus with this. And when that comes into focus, what will come into focus as well is what is your passion? Are you doing what is your passion? This is a very passionate full moon, and you as a sign, Scorpio, needs to do something that drives you, that channels your passion, that channels your fire, that channels your energy into the work you do. So if your work is feeling cold, while you have huge amount of passion within you, then that work has to get over and a next chapter of career has to begin. This is a very positive full moon. It's happening at a point in your chart which is at the top of your chart, so it puts you in a visibility. It puts you in visibility with the authorities. It puts you in visibility with bosses. It puts you in visibility when it comes to your business positioning. It puts you in visibility in terms of you want to shine, you want to be known for something. It brings you to a point of decision. It brings you to a point of completion. And this might be a process that might have started around 11th of August 2018. We had eclipses in your career house between 2017 and 2018. You might have taken dramatic changes. You might have made dramatic changes in your career between 2017 and 2018 when that happened, leading to a new chapter starting around 11th of August 2018. This was a very dramatic eclipse which happened on 11th of August 2018. I will request you to go back, look at the time of 11th of August 2018? What happened? What initiated in your life? What shift initiated in your life around 11th of August 2018? And this would be something that must have been brewing since 2017. Started around November 2017. A change is coming in your career, culminating into a shift around August 2018. That chapter of your life is coming to a conclusion. It could be that you shifted a job, you decided to give a sort of something a try. You thought this is what I want to do. And now sort of a conclusion of that comes through. Did it work for me? Is that what I want to do? Is this my passion or not? And that this is why this month, February, is critical for you, because there is a critical decision time that comes about how do you want to move forward. And it's possible the decision that you take right now, because this is a very passionate full moon, it is a decision which is out of your comfort zone. And as you take a decision which is out of your comfort zone, from March, Saturn comes and says, okay, let's cut the past off and move in a new direction. Move in a direction that throws you a little bit out of the water, puts you away from your comfort zone, and let's now create a new foundation. Let's create a new home. Let's get new real estate. Let's get into a new place of living. Let's find a new base, a new way in which I find my security. You would possibly be looking at next progression in your existing career. You might find that the decisions that you took around in August 2018, they were correct for you, they were good for you, they worked for you. So you might decide to go deeper in it, more passionately into it. And you might decide this is working for me. Especially if you have planets, in my view, around 20 degree of Scorpio, you would experience this very strongly, which is around 13th of November born. In fact, in your season, the people who have planets around 20 degree will again experience this in November. This time, your new moon, we get one new moon a year, your new moon is happening on 15th of November. So if your planet's around 20 degree, 23 degree of Scorpio, you are bound to see a complete shift in who you are this year. You will find a chapter of your career possibly coming to a conclusion and a new one beginning when your new moon happens on 15th of November. So you might be working on concluding a chapter, moving to the next stage when your season comes in November, starting from around 15th, 16th of November. If you have planets around 17 degree of Scorpio, which is around, I would say, close about around 12th of November, 10th of November born Scorpio, you would see something critical come into focus in May, because there'll be a full moon in your opposite sign around 7th of May. So you will find if your planets in those degrees around 17 to 23 degree, I would say, in the coming months, you would see some critical changes happening in who you are professionally. And specifically, this full moon of 9th of February till 23rd of Feb will initiate some changes in your career. Critical decisions come into focus. And let's look at what is the source of growth and how do I move from here? What is going to make me gainful going forward? Because Saturn and Jupiter, in no uncertain terms, will start a new chapter of your abundance starting from December. Which direction should I go to? Because Saturn will tell you from March, let's build a new foundation, new skill set. Let's look at a next chapter of life. In next chapter of my life, I have to leave past behind. Where do I go? I think, in my view, for you to be prosperous, some sort of legacy of profession, legacy of skill sets would be critical for you to be successful. It could be that these are a legacy skill set from your family. Maybe something in your family has been for years. You've been doing, maybe your parents had a skill set which has been transferred to you. It could be a family property that has been transferred to you. It could be home and property business that has been passed to you. It could be a home based business, real estate business, which has been passed on to you, or you sort of got an idea after going to your roots, going back to your heritage, talking to your parents. Something will come up if you go to your soul, if you go to your emotional foundation, if you go to your roots this month. Some new ideas are going to pop up about abundance. It could be related to home, it could be related to property, it could be related to real estate, it could be related to home based business, it could be related to real estate business, or sort of green city projects. And I'm going to get to more, because there are a lot of things that you could do which will suit your personality, which could be in line with what's about to come. It could be creative gardening, it could be socially responsible building, it could be innovative real estate, it could be innovative ways of feeling emotionally secure, because you, as a sign, have the most understanding of emotional foundations of a person. You can feel the emotions, you can understand a person without them sharing a lot. You can sense the emotions. Such kind of person can teach another person how to be emotionally secure after learning that in their life. The ability to help people feel secure in themselves, because you have understood what it means. You understand their pain, you understand the insecurity, you understand the depth of emotions that a person is going through. So there's spectrum of things which could be done. One is one aspect I told, on a material basis. It's home, property, real estate that is sustainable, socially responsible real estate, family properties. The other spectrum of it is EQ. It's emotional strength, leveraging your solid EQ, potential, of your soul, essentially. And this is something that you might have inherited from your family, from one of your parents, the strength within you. Or it could be an actual skill you might have inherited from one of your parents, or it has come through your heritage, through your culture, through your country of origin, some skill set that you have, which can help a larger set of people at an emotional level, at an EQ level, at a solid emotional strength level. And there is a potential of sudden relocation that could come with it, and the success can suddenly come as a result of relocation. You could be using your home as a base for business, for social causes, or certain amount of group work. You could be living in a progressive community which helps bring your skill sets out. You could be installing new technology at home that lets you work in a more efficient manner. You could be looking to have the most recent gadgets at home for home based networking. You could be investing in high tech. You could be investing in progressive fixed assets. This is a house of fixed asset where we invest in certain fixed assets which are innovative, which are progressive, which will contribute to your ability to network. It could be an electronic conferencing facility which you can do from home. You are leveraging your ability to see through the trends, see through emotional security of people, emotional security needs of people to create innovative solutions around it. So you can see through what do people need to feel secure, because you have gone through that deep journey, and you will go through that deep journey further this year to find yourself, which will help you others find themselves emotionally, psychologically, or even physically. So there could be certain real estate solutions or home solutions that you might create for others that make them feel comfortable, that make them feel happy. They feel fulfilled as a result of that. So at this point in time, specifically this month, you will be confronted with certain important decisions that will help you determine where are you going. And my suggestion to you is to not hang on to the past. There is something in the past that has to end, and this is very much supported by Uranus. If you have planets in the early degree of Scorpio, around 2 3 degree of Scorpio, which is around 25th of October born, You might have already experienced certain shifts in your partnerships, relationships, or committed contracts. Because Uranus is sitting in your house of commitments. When Uranus comes in our house of commitments, and it will come for most of us only once in our lifetime, again, this is a critical axis. This is a critical point. Your commitments are changing. How you relate to people in your life is shifting. You want more freedom. You want more space. You want more independence in your home, in the physical home that you're living in your relationship with your partner, with your spouse. You want an unconventional way of connection with your partner, with your relationship, as well as certain unconventional people enter your life as your partner. You connect with people who you have not connected with before. You start partnering with freedom loving people. You attract certain people who are different, who are into astrology, who are into things which are different in nature, and they stimulate your imagination, and that is true for all of you, but specifically if your planets in the early degree of Scorpio, around 2 or 3 degree of Scorpio, or if you're born around October born Scorpio, specifically around 25th of October born, you might have experienced people entering your life and certain people, commitments, contracts suddenly leaving your life because you are vibrating at a frequency which is different from those people, and hence they have to either evolve out of your life or they have to evolve differently. They have to go through significant change, significant amount of opening up, because you're seeking original, you're seeking freedom, you're seeking space. You need to have your own identity away from being a partner, away from being a spouse, away from being in a relationship with somebody. You want your own identity to shine separate. So you, even if you stay in your old relationship, there has to be a model of relationship has to evolve. There has to be an unconventional structure of relating with your partner. Similarly, you would go through open exchange and honesty with the people who you interact with. You'll be very forthright about your needs. You'll be seeking truth. You'll be seeking originality in relationship. You want to connect with people who are dynamic, who are inventive, who are charismatic, who are spiritual, who are vibrating at a frequency which is a match for you. So it won't bring the stability, because this is the house where you normally connect with people who give you stability, who give you comfort. You have a penchant for connection both at job as well as in your partnership for stability. You're a fixed sign. It is bringing you out of your fixed zone. It does not want you to be where you were before. It's getting you out of your fixity. You, as a sign Scorpio, have the destiny to undergo massive transformation in your course of life. And when these critical axes are activated, we go through those massive transformation. It brings us out of the traditional, it brings us out of the convention. So your relationships will definitely change. Who you partner with will definitely change. And as a result of that, making that change in your personal life, in the people who you connect with, your social contribution to the world will dramatically shift. The insights, the breakthroughs, the new ideas, because you'll connect with the people who will match your inner being, who will match your frequency, who will match who you want to become. And in order for you to reinvent, your relationships would need to be reinvented as well. So that is what I see, and I can't. I'm myself a Scorpio rising, so I'm going through this shift as much as you are. And the advantage of astrology is that it prepares us for what's about to come. So in March, when Saturn will come here, we have to be prepared with our emotional reservoir, because you will need a strong foundation to be able to handle bigger outer world, bigger bigger things that you're about to make, which will require you to have an emotional base which is more stable. So, my suggestion to this month is look at the signs, look at the cracks, look at objectively at things that are coming to focus. Look at what's coming to focus in your career in the next coming 2 weeks, starting from 9th of February all the way till 23rd of February. What comes to focus? There will be something that will be coming to light that you need to see, and that would help you define the next 20 years. It will help you define a new cycle that's about to begin to you, and this is something to look forward to, because it's a feeling within our gut that's already there, that the past has ended. So it's like carrying something which we cannot carry anymore, we should not be carrying anymore. Something has to be detoxed out of our life, and we can feel it in our soul at this stage, because as Scorpio, we have the strongest sixth sense, and this is where you need to listen to your gut. You need to listen to your inside, because the intuitive insights right now, they're coming with ease to you. There's sudden downloads, sudden inputs that are coming to you. There's an awareness that is coming to you as you're reconnecting with your own root, as you're being vulnerable about how you feel and how you want to feel. What this is a phase when Saturn comes here, it's a phase of rebuilding confidence, rebuilding trust in our own intuition. And that's the process for which you have to give yourself the space and time. So if you need a little bit of space and time this month for yourself, by staying in a comfort zone, staying at home, staying closer to your roots, staying to yourself, focusing on yourself, meditating within yourself, I would request you to do that. Good luck for that, Scorpio, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.